Many car companies claim to build a race car for the road, but Mercedes-AMG is pushing that further than most with its new Project One hypercar and this, the AMG GTR, a world-class GT racer tamed for the street. Mercedes-AMG has had plenty of success on track, and not just in Formula One, but also GT racing. Cars like this take on the world's best circuits, Bathurst, Spa and the Nürburgring, against serious competition. The GTR that we're driving today is effectively a road-going version of this machine, a car that takes Mercedes-AMG's top performance car and steps it up another notch.
A successor to the iconic SLS Gullwing, the road-going AMG GT picks up where that car left off as a halo model to challenge the likes of Porsche's 911. The car that we're driving today is the new AMG GT-R, a hardcore, track-biased version intended to take on the 911 GT3. Priced just under $350,000 plus options and on-road costs, the GTR costs around $90,000 more than a standard GT coupe. For that money, you get pumped-up bodywork, wider wheels with semi-slick tyres, a reworked engine with extra power, and other race-inspired elements that really set it apart from the range.
You can really feel that motorsport intent in the cabin, a place lined with suede and carbon fibre, just like the race cars. It has fixed back one-piece seats, and my favourite bit is this yellow traction control knob here that controls a 9-stage traction control system lifted straight out of the GT3.
Under the bonnet, the GTR uses a modified version of the 4-litre twin-turbo V8 used in the Mercedes-AMG C63, as well as the regular GT. This GTR gets an extra 80 kilowatts of power, taking total outputs to 430 kilowatts and 700 newton meters, enough for the car to hit 100 k's in 3.6 seconds before reaching a top speed well north of 300 kilometers an hour. Power goes to the rear wheels through a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission mounted in the back of the car to balance the weight evenly between the front and rear.
You can really feel that balance and attention to detail as soon as you get into the AMG out on track. This is an extremely focused car. We haven't seen many cars like this from Mercedes in the past. Probably the SLS Black Series had come closest to this. It is a very serious machine. Among the many changes that we have here, we've got a 4-wheel steering system similar to what you'll find on a 911 GT3 or 911 Turbo that helps the car feel more stable at high speed and more chuckable and agile at low speed. And it really does mean this is an absolute weapon of a thing. You can feel the tail get a little bit light coming onto the power there. We've got that carbon fibre, we've got active aerodynamics, the all-wheel steering, the carbon ceramic brakes, all just gels together beautifully and really does lift the AMG GT into new territory. You know, the GT3 car that this is closely related to, that category of racing is all about cars that can perform consistently over a long period of time and become fairly easy to drive as well. And for the amazing performance that's on offer here, the GTR is remarkably approachable. This is a car that you can just jump in and drive fast without really having to make too many considerations for it. That said, I'm sure it certainly will bite if you do take too many liberties. There's so many performance cars that are designed for the road that really come apart a little bit once you push them to the limits, but the GTR is not one of those. This is a serious performance car. What a machine. What a car. Hats off AMG. You've created something very special here. It's a car with its own character. You know, it's not as light and focused as some of the cars from Porsche and things like that, but oh, it's so much fun. And when you get to a corner and just give it a bit of throttle, yeah! Oh, you just can't help but have a great time. Big AMG is a lot of fun. If you like a rear drive muscle car that'll throw its tail around a little bit, this is the car for you. This thing is an absolute weapon.
The AMG GTR is a sensational machine, one that truly represents a GT racing car for the road. It's on sale in Australia now.